If you had just one exercise to do for the rest of your life, like you had to choose just one exercise to be doing for the rest of your life, what exercise would that be? Hi, I'm Teresa Ikeyong, and welcome to Pia's Fitness Podcast. I have with me my friend and sister, Maureen Kenneth. Alright, so Maureen, I've asked them, so now I'm asking you, if you had one exercise to do for the rest of your life, what exercise would that be?
So the easiest exercise that comes to mind, that would be one that I would do from a place of comfort. It has to be walking, because when I'm walking, I don't even feel like I'm walking out. You're just taking a stroll and you're losing weight and you're regulating blood sugar. And other organs are pumping blood and everything. So yeah, I would say walking from a place of comfort. Yeah, definitely walking.
She had to choose the easy way. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about squatting. And I know when I mention squatting, some people's minds are going in a particular direction. Oh, they want to talk about squatting because of so and so. But we'll talk about that. So, why do you think squats are important? Like, there are so many different kinds of exercises, and squatting, is relegated to the lower parts of the body. It's not even like a general exercise that affects the whole body. Why are squats important?
Well, let me just start off by saying I am one person that doesn't like squatting. That's my least favorite workout, interestingly.
Really?
However, the benefits override, how I feel and all of that, that's the whole idea behind working out. You have to discipline yourself to do the things that you need to do, not exactly what you like, I feel like doing. So, squats for me, you said, why is it
important?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the fact that it falls within the exercises done for leg days. So leg days are the most important days. Everybody talks about, leg day, you don't miss a leg day, and that is true. And that is also the very day that everybody is like, oh no, it's leg day, why?
So why is leg day important?
The leg carries the body. So look at it. Just imagine. I think the most amount of muscles on your body is in your leg. That's just it. So you have to train the part of your body that has the most muscles well, because it carries the rest of your body.
In recent times, there's been emphasis on, the leg muscles, influencing longevity. So I think that's the main thing that people are really pushing.
That's an ongoing conversation.
Exactly. Really... So, if my longevity is tied to my leg muscles, then I have to do leg day. Okay, let me talk about sports for myself a bit. Some years back, I couldn't do sports. Like, I stopped doing sports. I just woke up one day and I found out that I just couldn't squat. When I squat, it will be really painful. So I was thinking, oh, I'm getting older. Oh, I can't do squats. I used to envy people that were doing squats and everything. And then, you see, one thing I've discovered is that sometimes they'll tell you, there was a time I injured my leg and I was told that, oh, you can't do running, you can't do this. The only exercise that you should do for the rest of your life is swimming. How practical is that? I don't have a swimming pool in my house, number one. Number two, even if I had a swimming pool, I'm not even swimming. Number three, swimming is not something you up and go and do every day.
Yeah.
Unlike going to take a walk and all that. But I defied the doctors. I'm like, it's a lie. I started running and walking, and so that's the same thing I did with squatting. Initially, it was uncomfortable, but later on, it became easy. The thing about the body is, when you're not moving, when you're just there, you're stiff. You're going to encourage whatever condition they said you have. But 100%. When you try to move around and exercise yourself, you understand it helps. So there's been a buzz about, the leg muscles, increasing longevity and stuff like that. So everyone
helps with dementia. I didn't want to go into all of that because I don't think we're at the point where we're talking about the benefits. But why the leg muscle is, it's the foundation of your body. It's carrying your body,
And once you can't walk,
the most muscles.
Imagine, God forbid, as you're getting older, you're like, oh, you can't walk again, you can't this.
Yeah.
It's so sad, you cannot move around.
Interdependent on others.
You lose your independence. Just walk over there and get me. Listen, you cannot. You have to wait for maybe that child is in the house.
My heart always goes out to when I see elderly people, right? And they need a lot of assistance to stand up, to sit, to walk, especially in the hospitals. I just think of my life. In fact, that is the reason why I don't miss a leg day.
Exactly. Like, that's why we need to do something about it now. That's why we are talking about squats.
Seriously.
So if you don't squat, my dear, you're dropping. You're on a long thing. Like we have to do so. How often do we have to squat? Can we try something? Can you guys? Let's try something. Let's try doing 10 squats. That wasn't so hard, was it? For some of us, we've not spotted in a while, but like I said, baby steps. You don't have to go so low. You can start little by little. That's how I came back to squatting. And well, sometimes I feel pains, but it's not as painful as it used to be. There was a time I gave myself targets to be doing 100 squats a day. Like if I don't work out that day, I must. That 100 squats was the minimum I had to do, every day. But I don't know. I think I've gotten lazy or something. I need to get back.
But to be honest, I knew of squats long before I knew of many other exercises in the gym. Why? Because there was such a rave about squats and having big butts.
We are going to ourselves. Let's leave that one. So there's this study I came across where I heard that if you do 10 squats every 45 minutes in 24 hours, it's equivalent to doing 10,000. Like if you don't do, how we've been talking about then, that's the minimum you should do. You're maybe a sedentary worker, you work remotely, you hardly get to move around, that if you set your alarm, at least your waking moment, you obviously can't do that while you're sleeping. Every 45 minutes, you stand up and do only 10 squats.
Every 45 minutes. It's not now only, it's more than 10 squats. Because
that's 10 times
per hour.
Okay. No, what I'm saying every hour you're doing 10 it's not as if they're telling you to do 50. It's just 10 and then you get back to work. The only thing is the inconvenience of 45 minutes every 45 minutes.
It means your alarm has to ring, definitely.
But for those who are sedentary workers, that's an option.
That's amazing. In fact, another thing they say is calf raises. So you're seated in the plane, anywhere you're seated, and you're seated for a long time. I mean, it's awkward for you to stand in a meeting and do squats, and that meeting has been for 3 hours. And you're doing squats in the meeting. If I'm your boss, I'm definitely checking your brain.
But under the chair, you can
just do calf raises.
So you're taking us ahead of ourselves. So let's talk about serious muscles. But that thing you're doing now is triggering. Okay, I heard that for those who are diabetic, there are options now instead of just relying on the meds. They've talked about how you combine your food, what food you eat first, taking a walk after every meal, and then the calf raises, either the seated calf raises or the standing calf raises. And why we're talking about that is, let's talk about the soleus muscle. They've talked about the fact that there's a muscle that is like the second heart in the body.
That I only found out now.
Really?
Yeah, prior to this. I did not think it could be described as a heart. Do you understand?
It's pumping a lot of blood.
Exactly. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one organ that pumps blood in the body, and that's the heart. So imagine discovering that
there's a muscle here, and
that pumps blood.
When you make those moves, the calf raises.
I'm going into my next leg day
with intentionality.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to see.
But that's interesting, Sha. I mean, to be able to just by raising your leg, they are finding out more and more things every day. You don't have to depend on the medicine. There are little things you can do, to control that sugar spike and stuff like that and all that. So you can imagine, and that's why squats are important. So even if you can't take a walk, you can also do the squats after a meal. You can also do maybe 10 squats. I can't remember how many they said. To also help. That will also help in regulating your blood sugar. So can you guys see why we're talking about squats, and everything and all that? And then of course, when you're squatting, you're working your quads. You're working your hamstrings, and all that. And all
you're working on your core muscles.
Exactly, to help balance.
You're also working on the muscle I know you like, your glutes.
Where are we going? Okay, let's talk about these glutes. How important, apart from the aesthetics. And by the way, me, I've been doing sports, so I've not seen any glutes. So what is going on?
You're doing it wrong.
I'm doing it wrong. Because please.
If your what's your goal? Okay, so if your goal is body configuration, then you need to grow the muscle in that department. So now, okay, scenario. There's some chick, she, is not very endowed
in that area.
Although there's something I would have said now, but I can't say it. No problem. Okay. So she's not really endowed in that area, and she repeatedly does squats, activates her glute muscle while working. It's not just squats, there are many other kinds of, in fact, there's a way you do your squats that affects that. There are other exercises as well. So, and she activates her glute muscle, definitely. That side is expanding. It's going to be bigger than what it used to be. I mean, there's plethora of examples.
Can you explain to me what exactly I'm not doing right?
Oh yeah, you're not doing weighted squats. Oh yes. You need your muscle to grow. It's going to respond to weight. And it's also going to respond to a good amount of protein. So you're eating protein. In fact, let me tell you what people do. People are drinking protein shakes while working out. So they're working out at some point.
Because that one is general. When you drink the protein, this thing, how do you target the glutes? That's my own.
The glute for the butt. You're definitely taking a barbell, you're putting weights. So some people start off with 20 here, 20 here. The barbell itself is 20, so that we have 60 kg weight.
Please don't try this at home. Start with 10 or 5.
Yes, start with that. Then you are, in fact, we advise you do the squat exercises, barbell squat exercises with an empty barbell at first. You do not put on weight. Every coach will tell you that.
Start with an empty
barbell.
Because
the most important thing is your form.
Okay.
If you're able to get your form, then they can add weight.
Okay.
So when you have your form sorted out, then you're able to continue. People, do 100. People do
how about raising your heels? Because I know there are two different things. There's a way you can raise your heels.
Now that's for the Bulgarians. There's Bulgarian squat. There's goblet squat. There's goblet squat where you hold the dumbbell
like this.
Yeah, and then you put your heel on
something raised
on a weight, one of the weights,
or something that raises your
so
heels.
you just keep the weight there. You put your heel there, and you do your.
It's really hard.
It works on the glutes.
It's hard.
It also works on your hamstrings, right?
Your quads.
So your quads, you're going to feel it here very well. Then there are other variations of those workouts. There are several ones. There's this one that they do on, I've forgotten the name though, on a seat. You put your leg behind and you go down, your knee goes down. That is heavy on the butt. I've forgotten the name though.
But the interesting thing about this thing is, apart from maybe growing your glutes for the beauty, the aesthetics.
Glutes is for power.
Exactly. Someone who had posture issues. Someone had some other issues that growing the glutes helped. You understand?
Yeah.
So
it does a lot for you, to be honest. Your glutes is attributed to your strength. When you push someone who has grown their glutes, they will not fall easily.
So balance.
Exactly. You won't fall easily. You're strong in your leg. You don't twist your ankle easily. All those things. Glutes helps that.
So it's important.
Yeah, it is. Your hamstrings as well. That one movement, it helps. All those things, they all have their benefits.
So if someone were to ask, what's the minimum, since squats are so important, what's the minimum number of squats? Okay, of course, for beginners, 10 is fine. You can start with 10, maybe increase to 15 and all that. But when you've done it for a while, what's like the minimum? If you really, really want to work on your let me not mention glutes. Like you really want your quads, your hamstrings, that's your whole leg muscle. Really, what would you suggest?
Do like 4 variations.
No, like how many squats total? That time I said I was doing 100. I gave myself that high target, but like, what would be okay? Because
So let me tell you the trick. It's not as many.
Not the reps.
It is the weights.
Are you serious?
Yes. When you carry heavy, you get bigger muscles. That's it. No,
that's
things.
Where I don't know.
You must challenge yourself.
The rest of us that are not into we carry weight, but we are taking it easy for some reason.
When you would know that your body is experiencing something that is not normal. At some point, your body starts shaking, your legs start shaking. That's when you know it has entered. Oh yeah.
The rest of us, we are just playing.
No, you're joking. You're just
Can you imagine?
Look at workout videos of people that train their glutes, train their hamstrings, train their calves. They carry very heavy weight, and at a point, their leg is vibrating. You just know it has entered.
So, but how about those who are afraid of? They don't really want to grow muscle like that.
Okay, the thing is, as a woman, let's first start with the fact that you need a lot of workouts to grow your muscle in the manner that you'll be like, that's bad. Because remember,
some people have this mentality that they don't want to look like.
You don't have high testosterone. Testosterone is what men have that make them work out.
Okay,
and
so that fear of looking muscular.
Yeah, it should never be.
Because that's what a lot of women feel. But they don't know.
They're not even properly informed. Women need weight. Please go tell everybody you know that's a lady. Tell their friends. You need it more.
Let's talk about
more than men, because we go through childbirth. We do a lot of movement, bending,
there are
standing.
people who just go for a walk or do the 10,000 steps and like, I have done my bit for the day. And they don't understand the importance of, or they don't even realize that with each passing decade, you're losing muscle, a particular percentage. It's something called sarcopenia. And with that muscle loss, when you're older, you're weak. You find yourself very weak, can't do certain things and all that. And why we are hammering on this is so that you. So I mean, it's so important, that we understand the importance of building muscle. Muscles even help with glucose metabolism.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why they're like, okay, after certain, when you finish eating, you can either do the squats, or walking.
Yeah.
So there's so many benefits,
Another one, women that train their muscles prior to giving birth push easily. You don't encounter stress in the labor room.
Brought another one.
Oh yeah, the research, a lot of research, and guess what? They snap back quickly as well.
Yeah, that
so
is fact.
Your muscle does a lot of good for you. So just walking, you're not really building muscle.
Well, just walking is cardio. Cardio has its place, your cardiovascular.
But you're not building muscle.
You're not building muscle.
In fact, people say when you walk for long durations of time, you increase you spike insulin because your stress hormone. Yes,
really?
And as women, we don't need stress.
I don't know that.
In fact, ongoing research now says rather than do walking for 20,000 steps.
I said 8,000.
Some people do 10,000 steps and all of that. They said instead of doing that, just do high intensity workouts for a duration of time. They call it 4x4. How do you do that? You walk, you run, or you can stay on a treadmill, or you can use this elliptical.
Oh,
yeah. You go at it very, very fast.
For a certain time, then slow down.
Then you slow down. That's your rest time. You're not
completely.
You're walking, or you're just paddling slowly. You know, you do that 4x4, my dear. More effective than walking 10,000 steps.
Especially for people who don't even have the time. My biggest challenge with walking is time. Actually,
oh yeah.
I don't have the time in the morning. If I hit the gym within an hour, I'm out. In my mind, even if I've not done as much as I would love to, at least I spent 1 hour. And then anyway, when we get to walking, we'll talk about each other. Let's just focus on our darling sports for now. We want you guys to love doing sports. I mean, okay. So basically, just remember that sports will help you with your independence later in life. No one really wants to have to depend on someone to take them to the toilet, or you your toilet, whatever, or your seat. You want to be independent, so you really have to work the leg muscle. Another thing that working out also. I'm talking about working out generally here.
Yeah.
Apart from strengthening the muscles, your bone as well, because your bone health is so important that they say as you get older, if your leg muscles are not strong enough to carry, you're prone to falling.
Oh yeah.
Because your muscles also help you with balance, understand, support. So you're prone to falling, and they say that people that fall at older ages, like maybe 1 out of 10, die within 1 year of the. So there are so many reasons.
Another one is dementia.
Yeah, connected to
dementia, Alzheimer's,
to your blood sugar. Blood glucose and everything. So
outside that muscle training your leg greatly impacts. Research now has shown that training your leg muscle greatly impacts your being less prone
to dementia
and Alzheimer's.
So there are so many.
That is an amazing research, and I am blown away. And as a result, I tell you, I can't miss leg day. If I miss leg day, maybe by virtue of maybe I'm traveling or there's something coming up, I will make sure I do it another day in that same week and let go of maybe arms day, or leg of arm day or chest day.
Yeah, I like doing full body, sir. I like doing full body, but yeah, leg is very, very important. So and I think that for me, like she's mentioned leg day, there are many other leg exercises.
Yeah.
But for me, squats would be easy. It's something you can do in your bedroom.
It's easy for you. It's not easy for me. Sorry to say.
No, but I mean, for those who don't have, because in their head they're thinking, when you go and see them doing leg day, you see the one that you lie down and use your legs to push up and down. When you think of all those things, you're like, but I don't have this equipment. I don't have time to go to the gym. But if you don't have that, you can do squats in your room. For me, it's just a convenience. That's why I was like, if I don't go to the gym, if I don't do my 10,000 steps, I must do my 100 squats in a day. Because all I need to do is just wake up in the morning and stand and just start doing the squats. So the convenience, it's so easy. So if you're not one of those that like going to the gym, and we've talked about
it's very effective, to be honest.
It's the most convenient you can do in your house, you understand? So I'm not just doing anything.
And you can add lunges for the added.
Oh God, I hate lunges. Oh God. I hate lunges, but they are so good. Anytime I do lunges, I know that I have done something.
You worked out.
I hate lunges, but man.
Then you now do lunges with weights.
The first time I started going to work out. The first time I started going to work out, the coach gave us lunges too. I won't lie to you, I cursed that coach. That was like over 20 years ago, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I think I've broken muscles that I have not ever walked before. You understand? So I was cursing him. Now in hindsight, I'm like, okay, the guy did something for me that I need to be doing, and all that. So it's an interesting one. All right. So I think we've we've covered sports. So how many
Yeah.
sports are you doing tomorrow morning? You don't leg day for the week, so you don't need to do.
Well, you know the thing here. I did leg day today,
Uh-huh.
and
So it covers you for the weekend.
obviously, however,
Mm.
you never know. I'm going to, walk, and now there's something I do when I walk.
Mhm.
The last 2 laps, I walk backwards
Yeah. Oh, that's so good for the
So,
knees. I heard.
for your knee and also for your calf.
But that's difficult to do, Sha.
And
Because I mean,
especially when
imagine you
you're doing
walking
it.
in the stadium, you're walking back. I've done
So-
it before, Sha, but people that know.
I do it mostly when I'm on a hill. When I'm about to ascend the hill,
You know, just start going
backwards, you will feel it. Oh my God, in your hamstrings,
But
your quads, your hamstrings, you will feel it.
Anyway.
Something else.
so we would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about sports? Do you like? Are you team? I hate sports. She hates sports. I like sports.
but I
It's
gotta do
painful,
it.
Sha,
I
but
have to do
the
it.
convenience, you understand? I like it for the convenience. Let's hear from you guys. What do you guys think about sports?
And
And
if you motivate me, you've seen that video where the guy is in the car and then the boot of the car is open and some chick is running, she's on the big side, right? And
he's handing out
$100
bills.
$100.
Okay, so you need motivation to do sports.
Just be giving
With
me.
everything that we have discussed, you still need motivation.
No. I'm just saying that will make it my best. It's not my best. No matter, regardless of all we said, it's not my best workout.
Okay.
Yeah. However,
Either, but you have no choice but to do sports.
it can become my best, given the circumstances I just explained, the scenario.
All right, guys, that's the time we have for today. I hope you guys do your squats in your bedroom. Start with 10 squats and build it up from there. Thank you very much, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye.